But again, the dark side of that, even though, all of it's dark, but yet still, you deal with certain personalities that have to come with it. And you have to keep that level of respect.
Yeah.
And, if you front somebody an ounce, for example, back then, and these are things that I was exposed to that we talking about guns. I carried 3 guns back then, just because of the environment, element. Never had to, I never wanted to or intended to use it, but, sort of felt that if you did, you had to be prepared, for it. In this one scenario, I'll even tell you about that in the areas that this kid owed me, and my partner, we went over to, to take care, some business. He tried to hide and everything else. Fast forward, came out, had him on the floor and talking about, where's my money? And I had a 38 special with a nickel-plated hammer handles on it, no bit. My partner was in my back. He knew he was wrong. He tried to jack me, no bit. I put that gun to his head. And as he was laying on the floor, his girl was crying, please stop repair, all that. And again, I wasn't in my mind, wasn't gonna hit him. My thing was to intimidate, and, I was talking crazy, cocked the gun, turned around and looked at my partner that was behind me, and when I turned around, the gun went pow! That quick instant, a fear came over me saying, because I knew, Brent, where I had the gun, right on the side of his temple. And I said, the gun went off, and I said, felt like I shot this boy in the head. When I turned back around, that gun it was a big crease in his forehead. And he was so afraid, so petrified, peed on himself. I almost peed on myself, and I told him, man, if you don't have my gun, my money by the rest of the day, man, I'm gonna come back and finish it. Man, I could be in prison for life. I could have been in there for murder. I couldn't understand.
Now, let's just get this straight. The guy lived, right?
He lived. He lived. But a big old crease in his head, and I think the crease more so was for the recoil, the flash, than anything. But I couldn't understand how that gun moved. I knew where it was. And so it was the fact that that's where my belief in my religion comes into play, that God manifested itself. He allowed that gun to move because he was preparing me for the work that I've been doing for the last 40 years.